Hello friends, we are gonna head to the Upper East Side today and do a little bit of comp shopping. This is competitive shopping, what we call in the industry. But it doesn't really mean we're competitively shopping. We're basically just eyeing what's going on in the industry. What are other brands doing? What are they not doing? What did they go after for fall? How are they displaying their items? What color story did they go for? What inspired them? And then we just kind of take a reflection about that and see how we're doing in our line for the next year, because we design a year plus out, if you didn't know, from seasons. So it's October right now and we're designing fall, and then we're going into holiday already. So I wanted to bring you guys along with me while I do a little shopping uptown and just go to each store, show you where to go if you plan to go ever. We'll do a little bit of window shopping, check out the displays, talk through the trends, talk through the inspo, and point out some good places to stop if you're also in the Upper East Side. And then we'll end it up with like Anthropologie and Madewell. And yeah, that's what today's gonna be. So let's go ahead and go uptown. I'm so excited because I'm wearing my new Ba&sh jacket. It's finally cool enough. I have a Zara sweater underneath, and then my Paige denim and loafers for like comfort. And we're gonna go have a little day. So we made it to the Upper East Side. I have a list of everything that I want to go to, plus some question marks if we have time. We are on a time limit, so we'll have ourselves a little day. When I first moved to New York City, I actually lived uptown, and I was able to do this all of the time. There are so many shops, so many places to stop in, but I have my list and my places I need to go, starting off at the West Side. But this boutique-like shop is California-inspired, and it reminds me so much of basically Aritzia, just a little bit smaller, more curated around an older customer, because they do carry brands like Paige, Citizens of Humanity, A Gold Day. Also, fun fact, I actually applied to work here when I first started living in New York, and I did not get the job, but I still love it here. And anytime anything is sold out and a brand that I love and I can't find it anywhere, I know I can probably find it here. So this was not on the list, but I did see a Varley opened up in 2024. I Googled it, and I have been seeing so much of Varley. They actually carry them now at Anthropologie, and I looked into the brand. It's a husband and wife owned company. It started 10 years ago, and they've been really popping off. They have a lot of comfortable clothing and outerwear, activewear, kind of lounge sets. It's all about comfort here. And I thought it was very interesting because on their website, they talk about sustainability not being a selling point, but more of a brand identity. Like, this is just in their nature and they just are sustainable, but they're not really pushing that. It's just expected from their quality of clothing, which I thought was amazing. And they just have really pretty details in their clothes. Hello, Merry Christmas. I'm so excited for Christmas season begin. Now, I debated on whether or not to show part of the Upper East Side and where to go eat, where to have lunch or dinner or whatever. Butterfield Market is the best to just grab and go. So right now it's a little bit more in the fall vibes, and look at this freaking strawberry holding squirrel, but it's a child's hatter. I would buy it. They have the best pre-made food, so it's super close to Central Park, just an avenue away. And so you can grab whatever. I love their sushi. It's so fresh. Look at how fresh. They're literally chefing it up right there. And it's so affordable. It's like $10 for lunch if you get an avocado roll and a Diet Coke, which is what I get. So I just love it there. And they always have the best. And also it's just like fun to walk around the Upper East Side. Look at all these planters. It's just so fall, and the vibes are really good right now in New York. Okay, so if Buttermilk was not that busy, 1 and 2, I hadn't already eaten lunch, we would have definitely stopped in there to get food because it's so good and it's honestly very reasonable. You can get it to go and then go sit in the park. But anyway, we are gonna go keep shopping. We've only hit up a few places so far, as you can see. Guys, there's little birds just perched over here. So cute. The neighborhood is really, really cute. So I'm also gonna show that off a little bit. Look at this. The Met is just down there. So much going on. I mean, it's really impressive. I have a lot of photos of this on my Instagram. Not these exact ones, but crazy. I wanted to get an outfit picture today, but I'm not feeling very brave. I literally have my tripod. I just can't do it. So we've walked just 5 blocks down to 80th, and we found ourselves at Love Shack Fancy. I love this store. It's just such a good vibe. It's so girly. It's so authentically Love Shack Fancy, the epitome of shabby chic. It's always so cute to see the little girly details that they add, like these velvet bows woven within their own top. I feel like I could totally do that too with some kind of sweater that I thrift, just to make things a little bit more pizzazz. They always have fun lace items. Lace is so trendy right now, and I know they derive a lot of inspiration from vintage items, as I follow the owner on Instagram and I always see the events she hosts and everything. It's such a cute, cutesy patootsy brand, and it's always a good vibe when you go in there. There is a J. Crew. We are skipping it. The men's shop up here is much, much, much bigger, so I prefer to go to the J. Crew at Rockefeller Center or even the Soho location that opens. So there is a Staud here, which I usually like to go into, but honestly, I don't really see them as a very fall-winter design shop. I like to see them in the summertime, so we're gonna skip it for now, but there is a location here if you are interested in shopping there. Now we're passing by some New York Upper East Side staples. San Ambrose is the best. You can get a little coffee, you can get a little glass of wine, some fries, some food. The Mark is amazing for martinis. I've actually never dined there. I just walk in and do a large martini and you will be feeling great and wanting to spend all your money, which is probably why it does so well. Now, Ba&sh is a high quality store. They have great classic items, very well made, long lasting clothes. I am seeing so many trends within Ba&sh, but they still do it in a very classic styled way. Like here we have a military jacket similar to what I'm wearing, very unique, having it come off to the side. A lot of like very cool designs. A lot of my outerwear that I get from here has this fun fur collar. And as we continue to shop, you'll start to see a trend and a pattern going on in the stores. Suede is in, we're not shocked. Fur is in, we're not shocked. But it's the nuances like, oh, we're still continuing Sherpa. We're seeing a lot of off-centered plackets and minor details like keyholes, body lengths, leather texture, pleats. We're seeing a lot of varsity trend. We're seeing a lot of these Peter Pan collars, a little bit of a nod to the 60s and fun details. So, just a little tidbit thing as I'm picking up on my way. Right across the street are 3 other amazing stores, Tanya Taylor, M&M, and Veronica Beard, all kind of the same vibe. Veronica Beard has this new ad out right now that's really like diving into bodega, New York City life, and they have a little pop-up inside. I actually am like cracking up because I was filming in here, obviously, and so confident about it. No one was saying anything in the front, and I ended up getting questioned by the manager. I don't know if I should go into this or just focus on the clothes, but it was so bizarre. Anyway, there is some really cool soutache going on with the denim. You can definitely tell each of their designs is designed with intention, and while it's mass-produced, it's not like so overly mass-produced that they can't do amazing designs like this. My favorite part of this store are these leopard couches, which I had to show off, and they just like do blazers so well. So actually that's when I was filming, is like the manager was like, can I help you, like 3 times, and I was like, is it okay that I'm recording? She said no. Anyway, I was wanting to show off the reason Veronica Beard started, and that is from these blazers with these dickies. So these 2 mothers named Veronica started the brand. They wanted something easy for mothers to look put together but not be uncomfortable, and that was faking out an outfit with a fake hoodie underneath, which is here today, still on display, their main thing. And what I said was like, oh, I was just trying to get the new collection, and she was like, no, the new collection isn't over here. And I'm like, okay, sorry. Like, it was so bizarre. Anyway, they had this pop-up in the back, and she was like, you can film in there only. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I've definitely seen some deep dives on what this means of profiting off of like bodegas and kind of lower class things and like inputting them into very expensive store. Like, what does that mean? Kind of interesting. I don't know. I thought it was cool. It's very well presented, but it definitely is a little culturally interesting. Kind of a recession indicator if you ask me. I don't know. How does anyone else feel about it? Anyway, I went into Tanya Taylor and I was like, hey, do you mind if I film for my YouTube? And she was like, oh my god, please. Like, I'm totally down. And I actually have been in this store when Tanya Taylor herself was in here, and that was pretty freaking cool. But Tanya Taylor just has some really good stuff. I love their polka dots. It's very classic, modern, some nods to like party, with the fun feathers and the sequins and some of this bedazzling. But overall, the store is just like really cool. I love their back room section with it all painted around. It just looks like a very cool living room, and I think that's something to be said about a bunch of these stores, is it's just very inviting and living room like with the fun couches and the decorations, and just reinforces my trend predictions and my trend forecasting with polka dots, with bubbles and embellishments. It's all important. If it wasn't a work day, we would go to Bimmelman's and have ourselves a martini, but again, we are on the clock, so none of that. But if you are here and you're on vacation, you definitely need to check it out. There might be a wait. They do live music, but it is so iconic. It's in the Carlisle building, and it's a must-have. There's so much history there with the wallpaper, and it's just gorgeous and fun and very New Yorky. It's so sunny right now, I can't even see what I'm doing, but we'll keep going. Okay, so I popped into Paige because I am wearing a pair of jeans that I got last year for my birthday, and I love them to the point where I've been wearing them pretty much weekly for the last year, and I want them in more colors. I, of course, immediately asked them if they had anything. They did say, oh yeah, you know, we do have this pair, but they're a light wash and they're not the same length. So I'm like, okay, so you don't have the same jeans, sadly. And it's funny because I always get questions about them because I quite literally constantly wear them. Okay, Carolina Herrera is the best building on this block. As you can see, it's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I did not have the strength to go in there and film because it's a true designer, so I was skipping. You know, something I can't quite understand is why stores don't want people video recording in them, especially when everything is online now. It's not like back in the day where people truly didn't know what was in stores and there was no way to know, like, you know. But anyway, so Veronica Beard, even though they have a pop-up, was like, no recording. It's just like, you never know what manager you're gonna get. And the vibe is so awkward because I'm trying to show off your store and talk to, and vlog about it and talk to people about it and let them know about the brand if they didn't know. Not everyone knows, so it's just like so awkward. But only a few more stores left, so then we get coffee. I started asking if I could film when I walked in because I just started to get so nervous to be scolded. I don't like to be in trouble and I don't like doing the wrong thing. Zimmerman and Frame both said no, thank you, not today. Went to Ralph Lauren. It was so big. I was like, you know what? I'm filming in here. This place is full of influencers. So we filmed in here, okay, you guys? We get to go in. The line for coffee was not that long, but I did see they raised their prices to $12 for an iced coffee. So unfortunately, that is not in the budget right now. So we skipped on through and said, okay, let's just go pop around and check out the clothes because we can eye things if we can't afford them. We can be inspired and we can acknowledge how gorgeous this freaking place is. So I, of course, Googled when was the Ralph Lauren Madison Avenue location built because I genuinely thought it was going to say like 1900s. This thing was built in 2010. But I will say across the street, the menswear building, that building is from the Gilded Ages and is a true mansion that was constructed in 1894 and finished in 1898, and then Ralph purchased it in 1986. So, very interesting because the whole thing when I was looking at the blog, of course, it was like really emphasizing how badly Ralph wanted both of the stores to feel connected. So, I think they did a really good job and it feels truly historical in there. On and on about the building, but let's take a moment for the clothing. Everything is so Ralph Lauren, so brand right, enough trend in their ready-to-wear collections, but they do have archived collections that are runway, bridal, the very fancy schmancy, if you will. So each floor is different. This is the polo floor, which of course they have the breast cancer awareness collection out right now because it was October when I filmed this. I also really love that jacket. I think it's such a unique design, and they have very unique pieces within their very classic assortments. I loved this bag. Of course, it's like almost $400, but imagine being able to carry this to go to the Hamptons over the summer. Like, it zips right up. It's big enough. It can fit in your lap if you need it. These boots, also amazing, sold out online. They sell for $898. Really wanting a writing boot this year. Obviously, Ralph Lauren is so iconic. They have coffee table books. They have coffee shops. They have restaurants and stores all over, but it's so fun that he won just this year the CFDA Awards for Women's Wear Designer of the Year, and I think that's just such a great accomplishment, and it's really cool to see someone's dreams come true. I then needed to go touch grass because after being like scolded and everything, I was like, you guys, like, I just need to be in Central Park, my favorite place ever. And I got over myself a little bit because look how gorgeous this is. You know, one little thing from one person a day, that's fine. Then I went to my second happy place, which is Anthropologie, of course. I saw online that they had a viral Nutcracker themed collection, so I wanted to go check it out. At this point, my phone was about to die, but I knew I needed to get a little footage in here. Still really harping on the bow trend. I personally think I might be over the bows right now. I feel like they were really, really my thing the last 2 years, and now I'm just kind of like, okay, been there, done that. although the stores are still pushing bows, and I'm also seeing bows continue to be super important, whether it's on the runway or higher end brands. But Anthropologie went after those bows, and I'll tell you, look how cute these little bunnies are skiing. Oh my god. Like, things are so freaking cute here. They really outdo themselves every single time. Now, as far as the clothing is concerned, I am a little like, what's going on? I feel like we have a little bit lost the plot. Everything is kind of random. I don't know if that's mean, but it doesn't feel very in season. Like, why do we have hairbrushes and perfumes embroidered on our pants? I really don't know the answer to that. I do love this embellishment on this jacket. It's very, very on trend. Seen so much of this on the runways, and I've been telling myself, oh, I'm going to do that to my own jacket, but obviously I haven't. I also saw the Brandy Melville's here. I actually watched that documentary, so I will no longer be shopping there, but they did open more locations, so clearly people are shopping it. Madewell has also appeared. This is one of the better Madewells. It's quite large. I will say they were under a switch of deliveries, so she was like, please come back when we're all put together. Like, we're still going through things, but I thought it was really great. They have so many good staples. Like, this kind of coat, this leopard coat, you could have in your closet for so long. They have just so many good basics, really soft fabrications. As my phone starts to die, the quality starts to like be worse and worse, so don't mind that. But just loving their new textures, different types of qualities and things. Madewell always has very fun knit tops. Well, friends, that was Upper East Side Madison Avenue shopping. I will say I wish there was a Ba&sh, I wish there was a Sandro, but there are a lot of shops, like the Bloomingdale's has everything as well. I'm not going to go there today. It's already been 3 hours. But if you're ever in the area, have to check out those places. And now you see a little bit insight into how we do comp shopping and inspo shopping and get inspiration in how I come up with the things that I say are in style or out of style or whatever. Now I'm heading back towards home. I'm gonna stop at Trader Joe's, and then yeah, that's the day.